Let's get a double dose of freak out and flailing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you once again the triumphant return of the most miserable man on the internet, Raymond G. Kelly Jr. Greg Kelly, sad, destroyed by how Trump is being treated, and yet, because of his undying support, there's a silver lining. Because he's willing to prostrate himself in front of Trump no matter what Trump does. It's times like these when the Trumps are desperate that they'll even go on the Greg Kelly show. And so Eric Trump speaks out after Mar-a-Lago raid. I want everyone to remember this about the FBI. All those tedious, sticky fumblings in the back seats of cars, making you want to go away, run away, all the way to the FBI. Here's what FBI raids Trump's Mar-a-Lago event space that he rents out to strangers where he was keeping classified documents. I only have one request, that when you see these stories pop up, if you're going to respond to them, remind all these fuckers that this is a rentable event space that they had to go do this search warrant and pick up this shit at. Not his home, his private residence. Knock that shit off.
By Eric Trump.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. Eric's here, and it's so excited. Whenever Eric's here, I feel like I feel like Trump loves me slightly more than Eric, so I feel like a member of the family.
Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, and
what organization would that be? It's not a charity organization, obviously. The Executive Junior Vice President, the assistant manager, the Gareth from The Office of the Trump family, Shemp Trump.
Of course, one of the sons of the 45th president of...
And a man who, even in this day and age, with a Best Buy in every town square, couldn't find a ring light and is somehow shrouded in darkness.
Of the United States. Eric, welcome back to Newsmax. How are you?
Are you okay? Is everything all right? Do you need ball salve? I can be over there with some lotion well, if I catch an early, I have to fly coach, if that's okay, because Newsmax.
Greg, it's good to be back on. Listen, I'm pissed off. I think the entire country is upset right now.
No, I'm doing good. Thanks. I appreciate your concern. You guys, I'm going to check in with the chat. Maybe that's not fair of me. Maybe there's somebody else. Maybe chat room. You guys doing okay? I need to check in. Here you go. Chat room. You good? Anybody? You guys mad? Happy? You feeling all right? Hungry? Anybody hungry? Anybody got gastrointestinal issues? Any? You happy? Good. Slept like a baby. Me too. Yeah, fine. Good. Okay. Excellent. Feeling good. All right. Maybe a minority of people. Good. Doing well. Great. Glad to hear it. Okay. I'm just checking in. Very important. Cool. Overjoyed. Happy about the PACT Act. You guys glad the PACT Act passed? Thumbs up if you're happy the PACT Act finally passed after Republicans pushed back against it. A bill that could have absolutely been put up and passed during the Trump years, but he just didn't give a shit. Anybody? Yeah? Good about that? How about the CHIPS Act? Anybody? Yeah? Yeah, good. Looking good. Everybody's all right. Yeah. So, Eric, Eric Trump sucks. Now that's not fair. Come on, we're just seeing. You're feeling sexy. All right, that's good. Somebody was feeling sexy. There it is. Yeah, we're doing all right. By the way, I feel like this is one of those moments where I really feel like I can brag about how big my chat is. What are you doing? How you doing? Don't forget to share the show, by the way. Like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Okay, let's go back to the show. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. You guys are wonderful. Everybody's good to go. Okay, the world is upset. And by the world, he means his dad and therefore storm clouds. And by the way, Greg is near tears. Look at this. You bet your ass. The country's... I am biting my pillow in my mind right now.
You know, what the FBI did, what this administration did, Greg, is just absolutely unthinkable. And
No, I'm thinking about it right now. I thought about it. No, I thought it. Have you guys thought it? Did you think it? Have you thought about it? Can you think it again? Anybody else having trouble thinking about what, like thinking, oh, if a president left with classified documents and left them in an unlocked room in a place that he rents out to strangers, the FBI might send people to pick those documents up and escort them back to the National Archives and the White House where it's secure. No, I thought about it. I've thought about it. You guys thought about it too? Yeah. All right.
It's hard to believe we actually live in the United States of America when you
Yeah, it's hard. I'm shocked you still live here.
see these antics, when you see
The antics. They were wacky. I will say the FBI agents, I thought it was unfair for them to just be like guzzling ketchup packets at the omelet bar and peeing all over the furniture, which was the same color as pee anyways.
these tactics, when you see
These tactics where they show up professionally and execute a warrant staying within the realm of
kind of, third world behavior.
third world behavior. They didn't even speak English when they showed up. All the FBI agents were just going, I don't know, foreign language. Well, I don't speak foreign.
Just, it's truly shocking.
It is truly shocking. It's shocking that the rules somehow apply to us now. That never happened before. We were able to get away with all kinds of shit in New York for years, and the AGs and people like Rudy Giuliani were always protecting us. And now what?
It really is. Hey,
So
where were you when you got the news? What was your
can you ever go back in that room again, or does it bring back too many memories and you just start crying?
initial reaction? How did your father get the word that this was all going down?
Yes. Did you fire was there a shat signal? A scat signal, which is basically a big circle with a turd emoji in the middle of it. The Trump knows, uh-oh, get to Mar-a-Lago.
Well, I gave my father the word it was going down. I got a call from our team at Mar-a-Lago, and they said, FBI
So you weren't there? All right.
agents just decided to come on property, raid the property.
Raid the property. And by raid, we mean serve a search warrant and walk in. They didn't actually raid the property. No windows, doors were broken. They walked in.
Obviously, my father's he was in New York.
What was he in New York for? Just hanging out?
And he's been up in New Jersey for the entire summer. And
Oh, he was in Bedminster. He just decided to go into New York for, I don't know, a deposition where he pled the fifth.
I go, you got to be kidding me. For what? Oh, sir, we don't know, but they won't allow lawyers to come anywhere, near the location. They're going through, various offices and other things. And I'm saying they're just saying, you've got to be kidding me again.
Did you say you got to be kidding me? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Will you stop saying that? I'm trying to tell you I'm not kidding. You got to be kidding me. All right, I'm kidding. Thanks. You guys got me on that one. Wait, you're not kidding?
And this doesn't happen. I know, Greg, I know this apparatus very well, as you do. This does not happen without presidential consent. The White House knew. Mark my word, they're out there today saying that no one in the White House knew. This was 100%, mark my word, directed by the White House.
Because if it was us, we would have done this. This would be an attack.
This is a political hit on my father. They know Biden's floundering.
Why would it be a political hit? What would make it a political hit?
Polls. He's doing absolutely horrible. And so what do they do? They put on a stunt like...
Yeah, right as his polls are going up, they want to waste time with this bullshit, but they just have to.
Like this. And, I want everybody to remember, and God forbid, I hate having to say this, but if there's ever another terrorist attack in this country, if there's ever another school shooting in this country, then...
Another school shooting. If it ever happens again, and that it probably won't because my dad's not in charge.
Next time you see a serial killer in this country...
The next time you see a serial killer in this country, run, I would say, just in general. Even if they're in custody, just get away. Don't even lock eyes with them. They apparently, they all belong on some sort of psychic wavelength and they can find you. I'm kidding, they can't. But yeah, the next time you just spot a serial killer on a street corner, call someone. Call the FBI.
I want everybody to remember that the FBI spent all their resources going into Mar-a-Lago to look for...
Well, no, they didn't spend all their resources. They were done in like a couple of hours. It didn't take shit.
Effectively records for a public library.
Records for a public library. Okay, so DeSantis signed off on it. It was sort of like Republican book burning.
Rather than...
Basically all the stuff we were going to keep to put in our Trump Library at Mar-a-Lago that we haven't even started and that we have no intention to make.
And being focused on China, who's ripping off America every single day, rather.
Are they? Is China ripping off America every single day? Oh, yeah, that's right. Biden's done nothing to bother China lately.
Rather than being focused on the threats that plague this country, terrorism that wants to come in here, Al Qaeda, the Taliban, so many other people.
Yeah, but what if the terrorists want to come in and go to Mar-a-Lago because they've read the stories that your dad keeps classified secrets in a room on property with a padlock on it?
People who want to destroy our way of life.
Well, your way of life. Yeah, you mean lying to the IRS and the banks at the same time while living like grifters and on borrowed money while flushing your grandfather's fortune down the fucking toilet?
Extremists who want to destroy our way of life. The FBI, because of Joe Biden and because of this incompetent administration, has weaponized this.
Look how sad Greg is. It's heartbreaking. It's fucking... This is... How dare they? How dare you? How can anyone... Hold on 1 second. I have to see if I have... It's gotta be this. No? Yeah. I'm sorry. Greg. Be strong for both of us, Greg. I can't hold it together. You're going to have to talk to Eric about this. I can't.
The system to go after their political rivals. And that's their priority versus...
That's their priority. It's just getting back classified documents from a shitty ballroom that can be rented out to strangers.
Just keeping this country safe. I want everybody to remember that.
Remember that, or remember it.
Because you better believe we're
going
to see one of these instances again. And it's going to be because their eye was off the ball.
That's right. Their eye was off the ball and on Trump's ball. He only has one ball now. What did they take? What did they take?
That is a devastating way to put it. And I hadn't thought about it.
No, I hadn't thought about it either.
That way, and you're absolutely right. Something bad will happen. Look at how they're...
It totally will. God willing, this country will be attacked just so we can say I told you so. Sooner rather than later. I mean, obviously, they turned the boxes over and gotten on with everything else. But if, like, the same day, what if a terrorist attack happened that destroyed our way of life on Monday between the hours of 6 a.m. and noon that we don't even know about?
They're spending their time. Look.
Yeah, tell them.
Hey, by the way, do you think this is about records, related to a...
Yes, they broke up. He and Trump and the White House broke up and they just want their records back. Okay? And the dog. I want the dog and my records.
Presidential library, archives issues. Are they
This is a lie.
desperately trying to find something January 6th related?
Yeah, it's gotta be something.
Do you have a theory as to what this is all about?
He's got to tell him.
Yeah. Greg, it's coordinated attack.
It's coordinated. It's a coordinated rogue attack, which is the entire government is lined up against us with these rogue actions between them where they're breakaway factions from the empire. It's the empire and the rebels are working together. And my dad is like Luke, Vader, Yoda, something, I don't know.
My father never got so much as a speeding ticket when...
He can't drive. He can't drive. He can't. They won't even let him drive a car. They won't let him have a license.
And, ever in his life.
Ever. Because he doesn't drive a car. And you have to, if you get a speeding ticket, it's not even okay. He couldn't. It's not that he hasn't. He couldn't. He's that good. He's that good a person. He couldn't get a speeding ticket because he can't operate a motor vehicle.
And then all of a sudden he comes down that escalator in Trump Tower.
In a motor vehicle. He came down. He gets a speeding ticket on an escalator. They have been after him from day one.
And they try and impeach him.
They try to do it.
Post writes,
right as he gets to the bottom of the escalator, they try to impeach him
that article I
for speeding on an escalator.
talk about all the time. This is when impeachment begins. He literally, it was election day. This is when impeachment begins.
Yes, which is, and what's the difference between a hyperbolic news article and the legal actions of the entire U.S. government? Nothing, okay? Nothing.
That's right. They didn't even give the guy a shot.
They didn't. He wouldn't. He got vaccinated. He did.
Impeach him the first time. They impeach him the second time. They go after Kavanaugh. They try
and he still lives inside of an old wedding cake. Where do I put the boxes? Are those the boxes of classified information? I'm on the phone with a guy right now. Yeah, $20,000 a page. You'll let me build a Trump Tower where? Well, it's free. Come pick it up. That's what I love him.
and take him down. They try and take our family down. They put arrows in me and Don and Ivanka and Melania.
They put them in you? That's terrible. They didn't even use a bow. They just come up and went, weep. Why didn't you run? Why don't you run? Run away.
Melania and Barron.
They put arrows in Barron? Like it was some sort of Michelangelo painting or something? I don't even know.
A young kid. They put arrows in us every single.
A young what? What? This is not. I don't. That doesn't make any fucking sense. What?
Single day. And when that didn't work, when he won impeachment 1 and he won impeachment 2, and he was
one impeachment, two number ones, or did he go number 2 twice?
a great president. Guess what they did? They started weaponizing state prosecutors. They called up the New York AG and the New York DA, and I can go again through hundreds of this.
He could 100. He could go through hundreds of this. He's upset. He doesn't have to make sense. You want him to make sense. He doesn't have to make sense. He went through hundreds of this. Okay.
Peanut us every.
They peanut us. They penised him every day with arrows in his. They stuck him in his thighs.
Single day because the man was incredibly effective.
He was very effective at removing classified documents and hiding them in a rentable event hall that you can Airbnb.
And he challenged the establishment in Washington, D.C.
In Washington, he spilled the tea in Washington, D.C., y'all. Come on.
Subpoena after subpoena.
He had his penis caught in every peanut.
After subpoena. Greg, this is a coordinated attack against a man who did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job.
Who upended their way of life, who beat Hillary Clinton, who was the promised one, the chosen one by all.
Yes, he totally kicked her.
All the establishments.
Yes, he did.
And honestly, it drove them absolutely crazy, and they can't handle it.
They cannot handle it. So if they could handle it, they would just go, well, you got to be president. You can keep a bunch of classified documents. Knock yourself out.
And now they watch a candidate who literally can't get through a sentence, who can't walk down.
No, and yet he can arrange a coordinated attack on a former president for the first time in the country while signing 3 bills that your dad couldn't get passed. It's rude.
A flight of stairs.
I'm not laughing. I'm upset. I get emotional and I go through these. My emotions go up and down. So if I start laughing, it's because I'm that upset. Sometimes.
They see how poorly he's doing. He's doing horrible in terms of foreign policy.
Yes. What the last thing America needs is more people in NATO. This thing is getting fucking crowded.
His family's a total disaster. You see what's.
Yes. His son used to be hooked on crack and now he's painting. That's terrible.
Going on with his son. The economy in this country stinks.
It stinks. It smells like a Florida nutsack.
Inflation's through the roof. Gas prices are through the roof.
Well, don't spray. You'll set the house on fire.
Everything sucks right now in America.
Everything sucks right now in America. Finally, something that Greg can smile about. You're right, Greg. I'm okay. You know what? Everything sucks in America should bring a smile to your face. Oh, God. I can't take it. Oh, dear Lord. Stop it.
We've lost our standing around the world.
We've lost our standing. You've lost that loving standing. Oh, my loving standing. You've lost that loving standing, and it's gone, gone, gone. America sucks.
And you know what? They
You know what?
know he's poised to get it again if he wanted to stand on that stage again. So you know what they do?
What?
They raid his home when he
Wait a minute. He lives in a rentable facility?
hasn't been there for 3 months.
Oh. Wait a minute. He hasn't been home in 3 months? No wonder he's upset. He's homesick.
They go into his house.
Why hasn't he been home? Oh, he's been in his other home. Okay, that's okay.
They want to embarrass him. They send 30
They
agents.
want to embarrass him, so they do this when they know that Don Jr. and Ivanka are out of town, so that Eric is the only one who can speak for him. It's just sad.
Greg, this is third world antics. Could you
It's wacky. It's third world wacky.
imagine if Donald Trump, when he was in the White House, ordered Barack Obama's compound in Martha's Vineyard to be raided?
I don't know. Does Barack Obama keep classified documents at his compound, and does he rent it out to strangers from anywhere to the highest bidder? I bet he does, son of a bitch.
He would have been laughed out of Washington, D.C. This isn't what you...
Yeah, because it's not a public facility. They wouldn't be worried about it. They'd go, we know who's there. We can see only a couple people come and go from the place. Family lives there. Small. I don't know.
do. This isn't the United States of America.
It isn't? Napa's not in America. Where is it? I got to work on my geography.
This is crazy. This is what they do in Russia. This is what they do in Venezuela.
Not anymore.
Eric, it is insane, but
We're
I
no
sense...
better than they are.
Yeah, yes, you are. You're better than they are. You are. Because you're in America, where you can get away with some of this shit.
Do you sense... I sense that this is...
I sense it. I could feel it. It's like a little tickling. Is it a tickling, or is it more of an itch? It's a itching and a burning. I had a rash. It itched and burned.
backfiring on them big time.
It is. I'm sorry I get this way when I'm upset. It's backfiring on me.
You know, I was walking home last night.
He didn't even take the bus. He couldn't even take the bus. He had to walk. This is terrible. America stinks.
a combination of feelings.
You had a combination of feelings? Did that combination of feelings correspond with the combination to the safe that they blew up at Mar-a-Lago?
Angry, a little bit, quite frankly,
Gassy.
scared about where things were going. And then
I was at home, and I was like, not, because there was a black person across the street when I was walking. That's why.
I felt like I needed to do something. And
You were walking home.
quite frankly, the fundraising emails, you know, they're all over the place every single day. I see them. I'm not supposed to give. I'm not saying I gave, but last night I felt a little bit different about these emails. And
Oh, that's so nice. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait the fuck. Hold on. I was going to hurt myself pretending to cry for any longer. This prick gets, look at the look on Eric's face. What? So what we have now just learned is that Greg Kelly gets all these stupid Trump fundraiser emails, and he fucking hates them. He resents them. He gave and he gave and he gave, and nothing happened, and he sees them and he can't bring himself to get rid of them. But now this made him feel different.
And I think a lot of other people feel the same way.
Eric, did people give a lot of money last night to the Save America Fund because they were just inspired?
Do you know how
much money? I mean, have you spent All the money.
How many people are on your side? And even more people see this. They see the FBI behaving this way, and they want to sign up with you guys.
Yeah, that's what it is. The campaign has taken off. Nobody even wants to talk about the midterms. They're all joining the Save America PAC. They're dumping their money into that. They're taking money that they would be giving to House and Senate races, and they're putting it in Donald Trump's pocket. God bless America.
Greg, I can't tell you how many text messages I got. How many
That's only because you can't count past 7.
emails I got from people being incensed. And by the way, some of those people were pretty
Some of them,
moderate people. Some of the people were even on the other side of the aisle.
yeah, a bunch of Democrats emailed Eric Trump going, "I'm so sorry, Eric."
Saying, give me a break. How many more
Give me a break. Is that how they say it? Did they say it that way, or did they do it like the Kit Kat bar commercial?
times can they cry wolf? How many more times can they attack your family? This is insane. This is the same agency that effectively framed your father and tried to ruin 3 years of his administration.
The FBI?
Going after the Russia hoax, making up dossiers, literally lying.
They didn't make up the dossier. Nobody made up the dossier. That had nothing to do with the DOJ.
To FISA courts. Everything
The FISA court had nothing to do with them either.
else that happened through that, they lost all their credibility. They don't get to do this again. Now all of a sudden they walk in and yes, they've lost their standing.
And yes, sure, they had a valid warrant and we did have the documents that were listed in it, and we did have to return them, and yes, we were keeping them, and yes, we had made copies and destroyed some, and the destroyed copies they had copies of those destroyed documents to prove that we had destroyed them. Sure, but this is like third world. We were trying to live like a third world existence.
And by the way, it's not the men and women of the FBI. I know.
No. It's the transgenders of the FBI, clearly.
I know many of them. A couple of them are actually really good friends of mine.
Couple of them.
They're phenomenal people.
Yeah, it's the rest of them.
This is literally the bosses, right? They're not gun carriers. They're not great investigators. These guys are politicians who are lawyers who have otherwise rigged the system, and they do it for the radical left. And Greg, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's what the FBI is doing. They're rigging the system for the radical left. It's part of the FBI's mission statement.
Really sad. We're going to
always has been
lose our country if we allow this stuff to happen. But here's what I will tell you. Use the word backfire. It's absolutely backfire.
It totally is. This is a turning point. This is going to be great. Women are going to forget all about Roe v. Wade. Veterans are going to forget all about the Republicans pushing back against the PACT Act. People are going to forget that gas prices have gone down 8 weeks in a fucking row, and they're going to come to throw themselves on hot coals for Donald Trump because he took a bunch of classified documents and kept them at his rental event space.
This country is more pissed off than I've ever seen.
Where's Eric going? Where? On Twitter? Where are these people? Where are these pissed off people? Where's the raging? No, it isn't.
Because they don't like these antics. They know if it can happen to a billionaire who was former president who got out of office, 2 years ago, what they could do to...
It can already happen to us, fuckwad.
To the average American.
They can already get a search warrant and look at our rental properties. What are you talking about?
And their family, they could destroy them. And prosecutorial misconduct in this country is real.
Sure. No system is perfect, but it's so imperfect it only affects Donald Trump. He's just so pristine. I
deal with it
That's why you plead the fifth on everything and leave. That's why this fucker pled the fifth over 100 times.
Every single day. Every radical prosecutor who goes out and sends fundraising emails, saying, I'm going to attack Donald Trump. I'm going to attack his family.
Why would that raise money for you? If this country is so pissed off and this is a turning point, why would that help them? Why is it helping them raise money?
I'm going to find something. I'm going to search for a crime. I'm going to go after...
I'm going to search for a crime. That's what they wrote. I don't think he's guilty of anything, but if you elect me, I'll try and dig up something. I don't know.
After him, you watch.
You watch.
I'm going to get him. You elect me, I'm going to go get him. They've done this the entire time. It's called phishing.
It's called phishing, and phishing is evil. Real people hunt and they kill staked down endangered species. They shoot them from a distance. They don't go anywhere near them until they're dead and they are ready to take the picture.
They fish for a crime.
They fish for a crime. They fuck you at the drive-thru.
They subpoena every single document in hopes of finding something. And you know what? We're a great family. We're honest. And they've never found anything. But
No, they've never found anything. That's why you don't have a charity anymore. And Monday, they found 15 boxes of documents your dad took and was supposed to return.
They won't go after Hillary Clinton. They won't go after Hunter Biden.
For what?
They have the laptops.
Oh, look.
They know.
Look, he's doing the magic laptop. There he is. He has it. He's got it right there. They've got the laptop. Clack. Right. You guys can see it, right? You see the laptop? Squint. It's right there. Where it's always been. Magic is the world of illusion. Hal, how'd you do that? How'd you make the Hunter Biden disappear? That's the trick. It was never there in the first place. That's how magic works. I'm so good.
Well, the funny business. They know the prostitutes. They know the illegal drugs.
They do? They know the prostitutes. They've talked to them. They've worked out deals.
They know him taking money from
They know him taking money.
people all over the world while
They know him taking money from people all over the world.
peddling his father's influence.
While peddling his father's influence, which, by the way, somehow never worked out.
He got into politics when his father became vice president. The difference with us, Greg, is we got out of politics when we got out of business when my father became president.
You were never in business, dummy. You got out of business when your father put you in charge of the business while he was president. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's really interesting. Yet
Look to the left. Look how he's suddenly looking like this. Somebody's trying to get him back on talking point.
the ones that are being investigated all the time, and we're the people who are having.
See that now? He's looking back in camera. What the fuck was that about? Somebody's like,
homes raided. It's a disgrace.
what home? Homes? Oh, sorry. Most of us. Hopefully, if the raiding happens, they'll only raid one of my homes. Each one of us. Look. Can I pick which home they're going to raid?
A disgrace.
It's terrible. It's a disgrace to live in a rentable event.
It's so unfair, but
so unfair.
Amazing things can happen.
Yes, when you live at a country club.
In the oddest ways. I have a feeling something magnificent is going to.
Yes, this is going to push him to run just to cover his ass. It's a dream come true.
Come from this, and you and your family
are no longer going to be shrouded in darkness at some undisclosed location.
You're going to be great.
You're going to be fabulous. You're going to be great, and if you're not, I'll come over and rub your feet.
You're going to be great, and
you're going to be great. Did I mention you're going to be great?
You know how we feel, so
you know how we feel because you've rubbed us, you've touched us, you felt us rub up against you, you felt our skin on yours. You know how we feel.
Look, hang in there. I know
hang in there. I got you.
It's tough, but
little kitten, little buddy, don't worry. I got you by the nipples. You're not going to slip.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you for being here.
Trump, Executive Vice President from the Trump Organization, and of course, the son of Donald Trump. Thank you, sir, very much.
Thanks, Reverend.
Thanks, Reverend. Thanks, Reverend. What was that at the end?
And of course, the son of Donald Trump. Thank you, sir, very much.
Thanks, Reverend.
You bet.
Thanks forever. Thanks, Reverend. Thanks forever. What the fuck was that? Thanks for forever. Thanks for forever. He just had a moment at the end there. Thanks for forever. Thanks for forever. Thank you for forever. Thanks for forever. I'm never good. I don't know what to say. He had a Brick Tamblyn moment. Thank you for Mr. Bean. Thanks for having me. You think that's what it was? Thanks for having me? Thanks forever.
And of course, the son of Donald Trump.
That's
Thank you,
great.
sir, very much.
Thanks, Reverend.
You bet.
There's a lot of missing. Thanks forever. That's it. Thanks for everything. Thanks forever. That's not enough syllables. No. You don't get to pass thanks forever on. That was thanks fref. I'm just going to call it. I don't know how we'll back up. Yep. Thank you, sir, very much. Thanks, Reverend. You bet. That's what closed captioning does not lie. I Thanks, Thanks, Reverend. You bet. Thanks, Thanks, I thought you said thanks for everything too, but there's not enough syllables. No, you do not get a free pass on thanks for everything when you go thanks, Thanks, Reverend. You bet. And the you bet, by the way, is Greg saying that. He said, this thing thinks he says, thanks, Reverend. I still say, thanks, Fref. F-R-E-F. I'm sticking with it. That's it. Sorry. Oh boy. Fun times. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'm sure there'll be more of this freak and fallout over the next couple of days. But one of the things I need you to keep in mind, by the way, tomorrow afternoon's show might get bumped. It's hard to say because tomorrow's a travel day. I think I'll be all right, but keep an eye out for this story about how horribly Donald Trump was treated to die by the weekend. This will be the right-wing freak out all fucking week. They will try to keep this up so they can raise money off of it and make it a horrible thing, but it will come and go in the news cycle. And it is so far from the election that any boost that they got from it is going to take a shit. If you pass a bill right now, you're going to get a boost, and then it's up to you to keep people reminded that you did something and it's going to continue to help. And in some of these cases, the bills that Biden's passing right now, there will be, infrastructure shovel ready stuff that's going to happen between now and election day, which they'll be able to show that stuff they did last year is happening now and remind people about the CHIPS Act and other stuff like that. You can do that. But stuff like this is a blip. This is like fucking the baby food thing. Like it was a difficult situation that happened because of a shortage, and then it got handled, and then it's gone. And they're still going to, they're still trying to sell you on, we should still be in Afghanistan, for fuck's sake. So they're dying for a good talking point, and they think this is it. And I got news for you. It's going to fucking vanish over the next couple of weeks, because even prosecuting him as they go through this stuff, look how long it took for them to get the grand jury together, to get the warrant, to get this stuff. And then they're going to have to spend months going through this stuff, just like they did leading up to January when they initially got the first 15 boxes. This is going to take time. This is not something where they're going to show this. Trump will try to will try to hide the warrant. And if they even show a version of it or it's released over the weekend, it'll kill this talking point fucking in a day. So they want to drag it out as much as possible, but it's going to go away. This bullshit's going to be a bunch of wailing and gnashing of teeth, and then it's going away. And it is not going to help them. And the recurring stories that are going to happen, sadly, between now and election day are going to be more about women who are, forced into dangerous situations because they can't get an abortion that is, with a pregnancy that is not viable and is endangering their fucking lives. That's a huge issue. And that's going to continue to be a huge issue as we go through the rest of this. And the Democrats are going to be chalking win after win after win after win after win. And what I would suggest for Democrats in your ads is just win, 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 win. Vote for me. Excuse me 1 second. Win, 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 win. And just start putting all the things that have been passed, gun regulations and the infrastructure bill, and even elements of the infrastructure bill. Each little piece is worth selling. Rural broadband, getting lead pipes out, all that kind of stuff. Pop, pop, pop. Just hammer it. If your ads are just overwhelming, where they're not like, we've been the CHIPS Act. No. You've got to go 9 new factories, billion-dollar investment. We're bringing these homes right now. And on top of that, infrastructure projects breaking ground. Democrats and Republicans alike came together under President Biden to finally pass an infrastructure bill. And here's what's being done. And even Republicans are running on something they didn't vote for. Pop, 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 pop. Just hammer it. Your ads should be almost unintelligible. Think of them more. It's like, the original Batman movie ads, or the old like Gap ads. Like, what am I? Is this an ad for a candidate, or am I just seeing someone brag?